Are you a beginner copywriter wondering how you'll find your first client? Or maybe you've been copywriting for a while, but you're unsure of how to get your next client. If you answered yes, you're not alone. I've been exactly where you are now. In fact, in the beginning of my career, I had no idea how to get clients. But over the last 20 years, I've discovered there are 10 proven strategies to land copywriting clients, even if you're a beginner with no previous experience. And in this free copywriting course, I'm going to share these client getting strategies with you so you can go out there and land your first copywriting client. The first strategy is your existing network. Think about everyone that you know, friends, family members, and that college buddy who started a business. These are all potential clients or referral sources. The beauty of this approach is that people in your network already know, like, and trust you. For example, you might have a friend from college who started her own e-commerce store. She might need catchy product descriptions. Or maybe your ex-boss is upset about how old his website is and wants you to help him fix it by adding fresh new content. So, how do you find clients in your existing network? Well, to kick things off, scroll through your phone contacts, your email contacts, or your friends list on social media. And while you're reviewing your contacts, ask yourself, who has a business, works in marketing, or could refer business owners to me? Now, while your existing network is a great starting point, don't underestimate the power of face-to-face interactions. The second strategy for getting your first copywriting client is networking at in-person events. While many of us copywriters are introverts, preferring the cozy corners of our homes to bustling events, there's no denying the power of in-person networking. And believe it or not, that's how I landed my first copywriting client. When I was just 21 years old, I met a woman who needed website copy at a marketing event in my hometown of Sydney. And that's because I believe online interactions simply cannot match the trust and rapport that are developed through face-to-face meetings, handshakes, and sharing our stories with business owners in the real world. So to make the most of this, start by exploring local business events on platforms like meetup.com or eventbrite.com. And when you attend these events, be proactive. Don't just stand and be a wallflower. Engage in conversations, share your passion, and introduce yourself to others as a freelance copywriter. The third strategy for landing your first copywriting client is to network with other freelance copywriters. In the big world of copywriting, it's easy to think of other copywriters as your competition. But here's a secret: they're not. In fact, they can be your best allies. Sometimes other freelance copywriters can't handle all of the work that's coming to them. Or maybe there's a particular job that they just don't want to do. So instead of saying no, they'd rather pass it on to someone they trust, and that someone could be you. So picture a writer like Sally, who's been writing for years. If she gets too many jobs, she just might need to pass it on to a friend, and if you're that friend, you're in luck. So, how do you become friends with other copywriters? Well, it's like making friends in school. First, find out where they hang out. There are places like Facebook groups where copywriters spend time. You can join these groups, say hi, and share your thoughts on their posts. After a while, when you feel confident, send them a private message. Tell them you like their work, and then let them know that if they ever have too much work, you're there to help. I want to take a moment to tell you about my online course, The Freelance Writer's Blueprint. Now, this course covers everything that you need to know to start your own successful freelance copywriting business from home, working part-time, or anywhere else in the world. You'll learn what to charge, how to build an impressive portfolio, how to attract clients, and so much more. To learn more, simply visit startcopywriting.com/freelance writer blueprint for all the details. Now, back to the video. Now, making friends is great, but sometimes you've got to make the first move, and that's where cold emailing comes in. The fourth strategy for attracting copywriting clients is to send cold emails. Cold emailing is about reaching out to business owners to see if they need your help. It can feel scary to do this at first, but it does get easier once you try it. Don't worry, sending and receiving cold emails is actually quite common in the business community amongst many different companies. However, you should always check your local laws before you send outreach emails. You want to make sure it's okay to send emails to people you don't know yet in your country. So, how do you use cold emailing to land your first copywriting client? First, pick a niche or area that you're passionate about. Maybe it's health, tech, or finance. Then you want to find 100 companies in that niche. And you can look for the contact details and email addresses of business owners or the people in charge of marketing at those companies. Once you have your list, it's time to craft your email. You want to introduce yourself as a freelance copywriter with specific industry experience who's available to work for them. Now, while it's a good idea to send cold emails, there's also a lot of clients waiting for you on social media. And that brings us to strategy number 5, Facebook groups. See, Facebook isn't just for sharing holiday photos or the latest funny memes. It's a bustling marketplace of ideas, businesses, and opportunities. And with over 10 million groups and a whopping 1.8 billion people spending time in them every month, it's like a massive digital conference where you can meet potential clients. So why are Facebook groups a goldmine? Imagine a big room filled with people talking about topics that they're passionate about. Some of these people are business owners or marketers looking for a copywriter just like you. They need a copywriter who can help them express their ideas and sell their products or services to the world. So how do you make the most of Facebook groups? Well, you want to join groups that are related to your niche, but don't just be a silent observer, you need to participate. Start by introducing yourself with a new post. You can share that you're a freelance copywriter looking to work with clients. Want to stand out even more in these groups? Then make sure you provide value. You can create a post where you offer to review and give feedback on the members' website copy, advertising, or even their about pages. You want to think of it like you're giving a free sample at a food market. Once they taste your expertise, they might want the whole dish. Now, while Facebook groups are a great place to mingle, sometimes you need a more direct approach. So let's explore strategy number 6 for getting copywriting clients, the wonderful world of job boards. What's the deal with job boards? Well, think of them as a big bulletin board in a digital town square. Companies pin up notes saying, "We need a copywriter." Websites like Upwork.com are filled with these notes, just waiting for someone like you to see them. So why are job boards a great place to find copywriting clients? Because unlike cold emailing, where you are reaching out to companies to ask if they need your help, businesses on job boards are actively looking for someone to hire, and you don't even need to leave the house to find them. So how do you get started? Well, you want to start by picking a job board. Upwork is obviously a popular one, but there are many others like freelancer.com and even problogger.com/jobs. Once you've found a job board, the next step is to create a profile. It's like your digital business card. You want to show off your portfolio examples, then you want to spend some time every day, even for just 30 minutes, browsing the latest job postings. Now, when you find a job that fits, send them a message, but don't send the same generic proposal to everyone. Instead, make sure you personalize it for each job and explain why you're the perfect fit. Now, let's discuss strategy number 7 for getting copywriting clients, LinkedIn.com. LinkedIn is one of the biggest social media platforms in the world. LinkedIn is like Facebook, but for businesses and professionals. In fact, it's a massive website with over 950 million members from all over the world. So why is LinkedIn a must-go-to place for copywriters? Because it's where professionals hang out. It's like being in a room with business owners, marketers, and decision makers from every single industry. So you might be wondering, well, how do I make LinkedIn work for me? Well, you want to start by creating a profile that mentions that you're a freelance copywriter and, of course, includes links to your portfolio examples. Then you want to search for businesses within your niche and add them as your friends or contacts. Once they've accepted your friend's request, then you want to comment on their post so that they remember and are familiar with who you are. After a few weeks of engaging with them, you can send them a private message and introduce yourself as a freelance copywriter for hire. You should also spend time creating your own posts, writing articles, letting the world know that you're a freelance copywriter. Now, although LinkedIn is a great place to network, there are other ways to share your expertise online. And that brings us to strategy number 8, the wonderful world of guest blogging. So what exactly is guest blogging? Well, it's a strategy where you, as a writer, craft content for another person's website or blog. Guest blogging is a powerful way to market your copywriting services. By guest blogging, you can reach a broader audience, driving visitors to your own website or profile. And that's because it establishes you as an authority on a subject, and every article you publish somewhere can also be an addition to your portfolio. So how do you get started with guest blogging? Well, you want to start by identifying websites that accept guest posts. Familiarize yourself with their guidelines and ensure that the content you write fits their style and tone of voice. Once you have a compelling topic in mind, you then pitch your article ideas to these websites, and if approved, you then write and submit the article. Now that we've covered guest blogging, let's take a look at strategy number 9 for landing your next copywriting client, which is all about agency partnerships. So agencies are firms that offer professional services to businesses, such as digital marketing, public relations, web and graphic design, and even SEO. Partnering with an agency can open doors to a lot of projects and referral opportunities that you may not have gained on your own. Many of these agencies don't have any copywriters working in-house, and therefore they often hire freelance copywriters on a per-project basis to write for their clients. So, how do you partner with agencies? Well, you want to begin by researching agencies in your local area. You can even do a Google search for web design agencies in your city. Once you've found 50 different agencies, search their website or LinkedIn for the business owner or marketing manager's contact details. You then send them an email and ask, do you have any copywriters working in-house? And then you want to introduce yourself as a freelance copywriter that's available to help out with any of the client's projects should they need your help. Now, while agency partnerships can be a steady source of work, it can take time to develop those relationships. Another great way to generate copywriting clients faster is to reach out to companies who are currently advertising their products or services online. And that brings us to the final way for freelance copywriters to land clients, which is to connect with businesses that are currently running paid advertising or marketing campaigns. You see, businesses spend a fortune on advertising and they don't always get a return on investment because their copy might be poorly written or just the messaging is wrong. And if the business is not getting the response they want from their marketing, then they're very likely to be open to suggestions on how to improve it. So keep an eye out for advertising on marketing campaigns in your chosen niche, then reach out to the business owner asking how their campaign is performing. And if they respond by saying not very well, you can always offer to rewrite and improve their copy for them. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and got lots of value from it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.